Hi, and welcome to Trusted Home Solutions video tutorial guide for customers. This video will help you use your new 2 gig panel, how to navigate through the different system, and to know the basic features and functions. You can perform basically anything you want on this system that you can with your phone or your iPad or with your alarm.com account as well. But more with your automation and energy management, you want to go to alarm.com to set the more complicated schedules, timers, and rules for your system that control your lights, control your thermostat, and more things like that. With this, what we're going to start out with is right here, you have your siren and speaker. This is where the noise will come out if the system actually goes off. Right here as well is where they come in. Security networks will come in over the intercom through the OnStar feature, or in our case it's called two-way voice or voice connect, where they will, if the system goes off, they'll go ahead and come in over here, and for instance, if the family's name was Smith, they'd say, hey, you know, John Smith, are you okay? Is everything alright? And they can hear what's going on through that feature. If you do not know if you have this feature, go ahead and contact your sales rep or call us at 855-PLAN-THS. Now, some basic things about this panel is you have just some preferences. It shows you your time. Here you have the day. You can tap on it on your screen and you get an analog time watch, and then you have tomorrow's forecast as well. My personal favorite is this one right here, so it shows you the day and calendar and time. Down here you have the emergency contacts, or emergency, button. If anything happens, you push this button, and what you do is you have your panic for your fire, which is police, fire, and medical departments. What you do is you would push the button and actually hold down on it. And that's what would happen. To turn it off,
system disarmed.
You go ahead and turn on you put in your code. This is just a basic code, 1111. But what you could go ahead and do is do that for any of these systems. You hold down, as you can see, for about 3 seconds and the alarm will go off.
System disarmed.
With the home button, if you're anywhere in the system, press home and it'll bring you home. Right here you have a dimmer. Basically, you can turn your screen off if it's bothering you. It will automatically turn off as well, but you can go ahead and have that feature. This button right here is for the silent exit. You basically push it, and then you can say away, and it will go ahead and do a silent exit so that it doesn't make the beeping noise when you go ahead and arm the system. So that's the way that you go ahead and do that. Let's go home. Security. You can arm. Stay wants to say that you're staying home. It basically will activate all of your system except for motion sensors. Your doors, your glass breaks, your smokes. Some things are always on, for instance, like your smokes. Others are not, like your doors, or are partially on, like the chime. But you have the entry delay. You can go ahead and get rid of the entry delay as well. So basically, when you're coming home, or when you're leaving, there is no delay. Away, like I said, will turn on your entire system. Let's go ahead and cancel that. Go to menu. Arm, there's another option where you can go ahead and arm your system. It does the same thing in menu. Emergency, it's the same thing as the emergency button down here. Let's go back. And then you have status.
System disarmed.
And it will just go ahead and tell you the system status.
System disarmed.
So you know the system status. So that's basically going to cover your features there. Right here you have, again, going back into menu, I skipped over that, you have chime and voice, in which you can turn them off.
Chime, off. Voice, announcement, off. Voice, announcement, on. Chime, on.
So it's a very easy system to use. When you go to Toolbox, you want to enter your code. And the master code is the only code that would work on this, which would be the primary holders, most likely the parents of the home or business owner if you're a business. Here you can go ahead and do different items. For instance, user management. You can decide, right now this is just a demo version, so some features are not in here. But user management is basically going to go ahead and let you manage the different users. System history will go ahead and you can see the history when you go onto alarm.com and give different codes, for instance, to your employees or your kids. You can see who's disarming and using the system and at what times. System test, it'll run your system on a test. You can call into security networks, as it says shows in your reminders. You should do probably at least once a month. Call in, put your system on test, and then run your system test. Bypass sensors is, for instance, if it's a really hot day, you don't want to run your air conditioning and you want to have your window open or your door open, but you want to arm the rest of your system. So what happens is you leave the door open, you push arm, and then it says, you can't arm it because it has something open. So what you do is you do bypass, and then you can do door or window, and you can bypass it so it will actually deactivate that sensor. Brightness and volume, pretty self-explanatory. You go in there, the brightness will control the brightness of this screen, and then the volume will control the volume of the actual voice command itself. If you want to change the siren, we actually have to, the volume of the siren, we have to have an installer go out there and do that themselves. Chime setup, same thing. You have 5 different options in chime setup, where you can do just the doorbell ring, where you open it and it does the little doorbell ring like this. Or you can have
door.
Or you can have it where it does like that, the chime and the chime and the excuse me, I'm forgetting my words, and the voice. Or you have another type of chime with a voice as well. And so you could do all that in there. Let's go to the next. Backlight timeout just sets up the time that this will go dark. Clean screen, calibrate touchscreen. I mean, these are all very self-explanatory. Set the date, set the time, all that stuff. Telephone test, cell phone test, installer toolbox. Now, when you go to some of these, you won't be able to actually do all of these unless you are the installer. So, but most of the services, like I said, basic services are going to go ahead and be able to be on here. You can turn your system on and off. In your services, right here, this button is only going to be for installers. So when you click on it, it's going to have an installer code, which you will obviously not have. And that's for basically sending signals and our whole installation process. In services, though, you can go ahead and control all your automated items. So for instance, your door locks. You can go to your door. It's locked right now. Or to lock it, so there you go. So the door is now locked, and it shows your battery life, your different codes that you have, your auto disarm, all these different features. It's very self-explanatory. You can lock the system again. Let's go back. You can go to your switches, your light switches, and then turn them off or turn them on. And it'll list, if you have multiple ones, it'll go ahead and show you what's on there and what you could turn off. Your thermostat control, you can go ahead and turn the heat up, turn the heat down. It shows your battery life, it shows your different modes, so you can go to heat mode, cool mode, off mode. You can have your fan on or off, and it even allows you to rename your system as well. The other ones as well, you have your scenes and rules. Like I said, that's basically what you want to set up on alarm.com itself, and you could always check the network, basically making sure that it's called Z-Wave, the signal, that your Z-Wave signal for the automation is happening and it's full. So this has been a run through of your basic system of how the panel works, how the system works. Go ahead and play around with it, especially the first day that you get it. And then also your rep should have a iPad app, and that's actually what we're using right now, is an iPad app to use your system and get familiar with it before he leaves. And like I said, you can always call us at 855-PLAN-THS. Visit our YouTube videos. Look at more of the videos for more information on your automation, on the system, on referrals, on things like that. But it's a very simple, user-friendly system. Go ahead and fiddle around with it, and you could always put it on test mode and push all the buttons you'd like. But this is, like I said, the best rated equipment for user-friendly and capability that there is over the last 2 years awarded this. So go ahead and visit us on www.ths.com, refer a friend, watch our other YouTube videos, call us if you have any questions at 855-PLAN-THS, or email us at customer@thssavings.com.